Pre-recorded.
Not even pre-recorded, so
all right.
We're going to get all the action.
Hold tight. We're going to see if we have 2 undefeated players. Oh, he's up 1-0. Jeskai Oculus, wow, he looks to be in a pretty decent position here. We've got an Overlord of the Mistmoors, a copy thereof, I am assuming, for Chris Botelho, and 2 insects up against Tursa, Prophesidetic Memory. What is that on? What are these 2? Is that the Makos? How big are those fish? Are they fish? I don't know.
This is like the exam that they give us in commentary school.
Yeah.
Where they just throw this
analyze the sports
board state in front of you to say, okay, you have 20 seconds. Tell us what's going to happen next.
Owies are coming, I assume, but there's no trample just yet. Tursa's just got haste. So, and there's 4 blockers in the way. So Chris is probably just stabilized at this point and needs to mount a comeback here to take down Owen Hayes, to have only 1 undefeated player here as we end the day.
So I like what you said with trample being, or the lack thereof being a key. That's one of the differences between Izzet Prowess and the Jeskai Oculus deck. There's not going to be a Monstrous Rage or a Corey Steelcutter for Owen Hayes. Instead, he's just kind of looking to overpower the Overlord of the Mistmoors, which is tricky, but looks like he's making a good run at it if Chris can't supplement with like a board sweeper or some key spot removal spells.
So getting in there to get the 4 insects back. That's a pretty big chunk of damage too, so is Owen interested in blocking here perhaps? It's at 12, go down to 4. Yeah, that's fair. So Tursa plus the Manifest Dread creature will take care of the original Overlord of the Mistmoors. No damage through. Or excuse me, 6 damage through.
What that means, though, is Owen does not have a lethal attack on the board. Like, for example, if there were no cards in hand, Owen could have said, okay, I'll take 12 down to 2. Now I have 5 creatures against your 4 blockers. I win the game. He did not elect to do that. He's kind of settling in to play more fair and square and say, I think I can beat you over the course of a few turns here.
Oh, is that... Oh, yeah, Steencore Scholar. Oh, boy, something's going to get enormous with Prophesidetic Memory. When it comes time for combat. Draw 2, chuck 2, unless you chuck a creature with flying. I do believe we saw an Oculus in hand. Jeez, like, look how big these 1-drops are.
Biggest I've ever seen.
This is a 1-drop I like to see. Something that scales with the game. Tursa Light Shadow once again. What's her second ability? We don't ever get to see it.
If there are 7 or more cards in the graveyard, which there are, you attack and you randomly select a card from your graveyard that you get to play this turn. You do have to spend the mana for it. But
okay. That's still cool, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see anything. Well, maybe we will. Who knows?
So Owen has made all of his attackers lethal. So, you know, assuming no interaction from Chris, these all have to get chump blocked.
Jeez. I like this. I like both of these decks, actually. They're really cool. But this Jeskai Oculus one, you can just attack from so many different angles.
Yeah, this is 34 power and toughness on the battlefield. I mean, it's a lot.
Good grief. What a enviable position, though, for Owen Hayes to be in. Up a game.
35 even.
And just chucking creatures at Chris Botelho's face. Oh, a Get Lost. Nice. Okay, so that stops at least the extra creatures from being manifested. And 1 critter survives, along with the copy of the Overlord of the Mistmoors. He's doing a good job of hanging in there. Follow up here from Owen. Do you have another... No. Okay, no other revival spell, so... Do just see a land explored off the top of the library. And, gonna destroy a land there and go find a basic.
So do we think Chris is on, you know, Sunfall or Bust here, Day of Judgment or Bust?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's playing Sunfall.
I guess he could have another Overlord, and with no trample, like you can just keep putting a million blockers on the battlefield every turn. But
let's see, what's he got on his sideboard? He's got Day of Judgment, Split Up. Split Up would be pretty neat. Elspeth's Smite in the sideboard too. No other big sweeper. Just
he's
the one.
Passed again, so there's no board sweeper. Let's see first if Owen can make the Steamcore Scholar into a lethal attacker. If he can, then we're going to be
yeah, that'll do it.
Botelho is going to be put to the test of does he have an instant speed interaction.
Yeah, I think he's going to get that to a 5/5 at least. Is Chris interested in countering this, perhaps? I think I would be. Yep, no more lies. No, thank you.
Oh, so interesting. I was about to get on my soapbox and say Owen should have considered using the map token before drawing the cards with Steamcore Scholar, but actually I would have been, had egg all over my face if I had done that potentially and walked into No More Lies. But the players have one another's deck lists, so it's good to be aware of the various interactive points your opponent can have access to. It seems likely that No More Lies is the card Chris drew for the turn. If he didn't have it last turn and he doesn't have a board sweeper, that would make sense.
So we are going to see a bunch of counters now put on this fourth attacker here. Only 3 blockers up for Chris, so he has to have a piece of removal to once again stay alive.
He on the board will be going to 1 because the Steamcore Scholar will be a non-lethal.
Ah, okay, yeah. I thought you drew 3 cards.
4/4 attacker.
Yeah, right.
So Chris surviving at 1. Notably, if he can connect with the Overlord of the Mistmores, he can win the game. Owen's at 4, but that would require something pretty special. I don't know, stock up into 2 get losts or something. But as long as stock up is in the deck, I would say don't count either player out.
All right, Chris. Yep, knock the top of the deck. What is it? Anything good? Oh
my God!
That's lethal! Chris Botelho, you are part cat. How many times did he survive a full-on out? Jeez, that's amazing. All right, no, Mr. Producer Man, we are 1-1. You do not take us out of this matchup. I want to see how this plays out.
Are you guys sure that wasn't pre-recorded? You didn't script that for us.
That was so cool. The top of the deck. Doot, doot. Yes, please. Okay, Chris Botelho hanging in there. I hope you guys don't mind us seeing the rest of this matchup because I'm into it.
That was absolutely outrageous.
Ooh, I love that. 2 blockers, you think, yeah, I'm fine. No. Big old dragon doesn't like things. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, we jumped into this matchup as it was still going on. Our main feature match ended pretty swiftly. If you're just joining us, that was Alex going 9-0, I believe.
That's right.
Yep, Alex Bianchi going 9-0. So can Owen Hayes become the co-leader of the regional championship? We'll find out.
So it looks like Owen kept 7 on the play. Maybe not. Maybe he's shuffling. I can't really tell.
I think the dice are...
both players down to 6
down
then.
to 6,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, man. Chris, what a rip. That's got to feel good, huh? Survive. You're dead.
Oh, we should mention, Ailey, we have the round clock there, ticking down to
8 minutes, yeah.
8 minutes for game 3. That could be enough.
Yeah.
That you can certainly finish a game in 8 minutes, but it's something the players are going to have to play crisply. If the game goes in a certain bogged down kind of way, like that game 2 looks to have gone, then we could see time being a factor here.
Yeah. I imagine that's what Chris's one draw is from. A game going to time, just grindy mid-range / control matchups. Are the players happy with this hand? Let's find out. All right, we are good to go. 7 minutes. Let's boogie. Chris surveilling. Does he like what's on top of the library there? Does not. So, Fountain Port in the bin. Lango.
We just learned the players have 3 extra minutes, so what you see as 6.5 minutes on the clock, actually 9 minutes total. So
just think of it like time zones, right?
yeah, exactly right.
Just add 3 onto it. Okay, there we go. Now it's updated. So change the equation, says no thank you, but Spellpierce says get out of here. I want Prophetic Memory on the board because this will certainly win Owen the game quickly if he's able to get some creatures on the board. Stock up. Let's find some answers.
Okay, so from this position, I have to pick Chris Botelho as the winner if the game reaches a natural conclusion. The opponent has mulled to 5. Here we see Chris resolving stock up at 20 life and a stable board. It's just the control player's dream, where, if he navigates this carefully, he should really have all the resources he needs to win. But the trick of it is going to be executing the control game plan of, hey, I'm going to neutralize all your threats and protect myself. And I'm also going to deal 20 damage to you, and I'm going to do all of that in 8.5 minutes. That's the trick of it. So we'll see, what Chris is able to put together.
Pressure. Tap land.
There's the win condition.
Birdie.
Attack 10 times with that
restless anchorage. Yeah. Oh, well, there is a bigger birdie in the way. Steam Core Scholars ×2 hanging out here for Owen Hayes. So no more lies, says no thank you.
So funny when the Is It Prowess deck stocks up, the turn following, they usually deal you 24 damage, trample. When the Azorius control deck stocks up, the next turn they go tap land, go.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Owen Hayes getting in for 6 points of damage. So those counters, just building his own little tank in the skies.
So was that 2 times that Chris tried to counter something and Owen protected it with Spellpierce?
Yeah. Split up, though. We'll take care of all them critters.
Split up against the Vigilance creatures. Just so perfect.
Change the equation. Goodness me. Chris just finding answers aplenty here for Owen. What is that card? I don't know what that is.
Winter Night Stories.
Winter Night
Draw
Stories,
3,
right.
discard 1,
Yes.
and if you want, you can harmonize it a little later.
That's cool.
Sorry, discard 1 if it's a creature card.
Nice.
Wow, okay, and the 1-mana creature, which can pick up the counters from Froth's Eidetic Memory. So after the board sweeper plus the counter spell, Owen is still able to claw back. And I mean, this is not the first time we've seen Owen Hayes mulligan to 5 and make a great game out of things.
Oh, yeah. But Meringue River Regent will say no thank you, small thing, and send the Mako back to hand. And now there's a 6/7 on the board. Can Owen deal with that? First things first, let's go Mako. Mako. I'm not entirely sure how to say it. It's a fish. / shark, if you want to be specific, but shark's a fish, whatever.
/ pirate.
/ pirate, yeah. Winter Night Stories once again. Draw. Oh, this is pretty sweet. So use that to harmonize and then give it all the counters.
So big turn here for Chris. He's down pretty low on cards in hand. I think if this turn he has another big play or a stock up, he's going to be in terrific shape.
Yeah.
If his play is like, okay, I have a land, then I have to sweat whether I'm attacking with my dragon or leaving it as a defender, then the game can be close. But if we see stock up from Chris Botelho, then I'm picking him as the winner.
Oh, 4 mana. 3 steps ahead. Gross. That is gross, Chris, and I love it. Making a copy of Meringue River Region, bouncing the 6 power little 1-drop again.
And note with the spree ability, he had the option to draw 2, discard 1. He didn't do it, so that I think that means he has a counter spell.
Gross.
I think it means he has a counter spell. It means he has 12 points of power. He's gonna get the game finished in time.
Yeah.
And Chris Botelho is gonna be one of our leaders at 8:01.
Oh, but didn't have an answer for the removal spell, so the copy got. Meringue River Regions is all by himself. Cue the tiniest violin. But still attacking for 6, which is pretty good.
And still representing lethal next turn if he wants to fire up the Restless Anchorage.
Yes. Get out of the way, bird. Spyglass Siren hits the board, is going to spot a Fear of Missing Out on top of the library. Okay. All right, Chris, what you got? Get Lost. Nice. No. Negate says no. Another Get Lost says yes, get out of the way, and that is Chris Botelho. What the hell, dude? That was insane.